All right, we are live. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is a chat that I am so excited to have. I absolutely love this person. I absolutely love this company. And Freedom Learning Group is one of the awesome employers that has been really advocating for military spouse careers. I have with me today Elizabeth O'Brien. She is the CEO of Freedom Learning Group, and she has some really cool stuff to talk about today. So Liz, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your own background, and then we'll jump into the conversation about Freedom Learning Group.
Sure thing. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me to be on. I love the work that you're doing. I love the community that we're building of advocates in various lanes and how we're all willing to work together to make sure that we are finding a way to get military spouses a path to economic opportunity. And I think one of the biggest things is there's no one size fits all solution. So if you find somebody at your doorstep and you hand them off to Freedom Learning Group and I hand them off to Amazon because they're not a perfect fit, the important part is that we're building that circle. And so really appreciate what you're doing. As you mentioned, I'm CEO of Freedom Learning Group, and I have the unique opportunity to take the great vision of Nathan and Stacy, who are our co-founders in a Marine Corps family, and build on it and scale it. And ultimately, we are working to create not just remote solutions, but flexible solutions for military spouses. And we like to say that we were cool from day one because we were being responsive to the needs of this community. And so have taken great inspiration from military spouses for that. And it's really helped drive our vision, our mission, and our long-term goals. And I think, as lots of folks know, I've been in workforce development for years around veterans and military spouses. And so this is the next right move for me.
Awesome. And Liz, we got a comment from a gentleman named Daniel, who's a good friend of mine. He says we're echoing. So he says, pause for a second and then see if it's still doing it. Daniel, tell us if we're still echoing, please. I would like to know. I wanted to know, Liz, what prompted you to go to work for Freedom Learning Group?
It was the opportunity to actually put military spouses on that true path to economic opportunity. That was one big piece. And the second part was that Nathan and Stacy, who are our co-founders, I think for anybody that's looking for the next right step in their career, the mission has to speak to you. And the people that are involved to your left and right on a daily basis have to speak to you, and they have to be folks that you want to be surrounded by. And so those were the two driving pieces that brought me to Freedom Learning Group.
Wonderful. I'm just curious about that personally, so I thought I'd be nosy and ask. Okay,
yeah,
let's talk about the important part. Freedom Learning Group employs a whole army of military spouses. Let's talk about what does Freedom Learning Group actually do, and why is it a good fit for military spouses to go to work there?
Yep. In the most simple terms, we are an educational content development company. What does that mean for the average person? Because probably for me, I'm not sure I knew right away when Freedom Learning Group first crossed my radar. Basically, we go out and bid on project-based work in three lanes, for universities, for publishers, and for corporate America. And we take their content and curriculum and, depending on their needs, build it for them. So we then go out and source the talent. And as everybody on here probably knows, our military spouses and our veterans, by and large, have more education and can serve as great subject matter experts. And so then we reskill or upskill them to be instructional designers, project managers, and really leverage their unique skill sets and knowledge and put them to work to serve the needs of our customers. And we have some customers that are household names from LinkedIn and Coursera and Google, Wiley Publishers, Colorado State University, Global. So oftentimes what I love is that military spouses are building the tools to put Americans back to work, and most folks don't even realize.
Wow, that's a really impressive book of business that you guys have. And I'm curious, with the military spouses, you have 100% remote positions. They all work from home. Is that right?
That's right. So we don't have a brick and mortar headquarters. What was really important for Nathan and Stacy when they were building Freedom Learning Group was that whoever came to work for us, and our primary target audience of being military spouses, wasn't that we were just creating remote and portable jobs, but that we were truly creating flexible jobs. And so if a contractor or project manager wants to go to work at 3 a.m. because that's what fits the needs of their current lifestyle, then so be it. If we have a senior project director who's driving across the country on a PCS move, and they choose to work during that with a Wi-Fi pack and staying up to date, they have the ability to do that. And so we've had some just fantastic stories around success and folks being able to retain their jobs through multiple moves and through deployments and you name it. So that it's not just the remote piece and the portable piece, but really that flexible piece that I think so many Americans right now are also looking for.
That's a true story. It's a unique year. The remote revolution is coming, and there was a Ronstadt study, Ronstadt Workplace 2025, or something to that effect, talking about by 2025 we expect a certain percentage of the workforce to be remote, and this pandemic has certainly hastened that process. So you guys have been on the bandwagon already, and you've been doing this. So it's no new thing for you, and your systems are already in place to support portable careers, a career that fits in a suitcase for a military spouse. So that's amazing. Let's talk about positions at your company. I was perusing the website today, and there's lots and lots of stuff going on there. So talk about, in generalities, what can a military spouse do to be competitive for a position at your company?
Yeah. So I think not just for competing for our position at our company, but for any organization, you really need to be prepared before you even apply. So make sure you have all your documents ready, make sure your resume's up to date, and make sure in this environment that you're prepared to go through an interview via Zoom or Google Chats, etc. But what I will tell you about Freedom Learning Group is that we post jobs almost every day. So today you might see calculus and e-learning video course and accounting. Tomorrow, those may still be up there, but there's going to be other opportunities. But it's important to remember that if you see calculus, housed under that is a need not just for a calculus subject matter expert, but perhaps also for an instructional designer and a project manager and subject matter expert. So you really need to dig into the job description, because one posting may have 6 or 7 jobs hidden under it. And we are, throughout the course of a project, continually hiring different pieces for that job. And so folks that start a project for the first 2 months may then be handing it off for close for the final 2 months. And so it's an evolution for us around project-based work.
Wonderful. Good to know, because you, as a job seeker, you're looking at calculus and you think, oh, heck no, that's not me.
Not me.
No. So, but it's good to know if you drill into that, there's other things attached to that particular project that may not require you to be a subject matter expert in calculus, which I don't know that I know a lot of people who are. So if you're a military spouse and you are a subject matter expert, perhaps you don't see a position in your field. Is there opportunity to come and, pitch yourself to Freedom Learning Group, so to speak, for opportunities that may come up in the future?
Absolutely. So everybody who's interested should go to freedomlearninggroup.com, to our careers page on our website, and take the time to fill out that profile. And what happens is that profile gets dumped into over to our staffing director, Kristen, who's really in tune with everybody that's housed in there that has submitted a profile. And as job opportunities pop up, she will go and reach out to those folks that she thinks may be a good fit. And so we tell folks, we don't really send rejection letters based on what you submit today, because we know that 1 month, 3 months, 6 months from now, that we could potentially have a project that fits your profile. And so very often you may not see the projects that we know are coming up or going to be released in 6 months, but we do. And so there's no harm in submitting that profile and getting pushed into our bank.
Is there a way to set up an alert? So if I have a particular subject matter expertise in, something really niche, and I think it may come up because some, textbook publishing company needs that for a college course, right? Is there a way to set up an alert for my particular niche where I am a subject matter expert?
You can't currently set up an alert today. but you will see some exciting things roll out in 2021 that will make the talent acquisition side of the house a more friendly process, certainly. But in the interim, I'd encourage folks to check back every day, every week, and see what's popping, and then can assure folks that our staffing director is combing through pretty much as we take on more projects.
Wonderful. So 2021 is coming. Is there anything that you have that you're willing and able to share right now on the agenda for 2021?
I can only tell folks that we are taking on a lot of projects. There's going to be a tremendous amount of opportunity to jump into project-based work, and that we are committed to reskilling and upskilling this population as we go into 2021. So, if we can take a recovering college basketball coach and make them a CEO of a Freedom Learning Group, then I think there's opportunity certainly for everybody.
Wonderful. Okay, final question that I can think of off the top of my head here. Project-based work. A lot of folks may not quite understand what that means. So can you just kind of tell us about a day in the life cycle of a project, the type of employment that you have? Is it temporary? Is it long-term? Let's talk about your project-based work opportunities.
Yeah. And so to your point, it truly is project-based work. And so one client, that project may run for about 6 weeks. And for another client, that project may run for 6 months. And so as you're going through that interview process and profile building process, and we reach out to you, you have the opportunity to ask those questions. Hey, I know that going into the holidays, I don't want to be working. So is this project only going to be 4 weeks? Yes, great. That's a good fit for me. I want to take it. Or, hey, this project's 6 months long, and it really allows the individual to decide this is a good fit or not a great fit. And that's part of the interview process when we bring folks to the table. And so because our clients are so diverse in need, really every project is different. But we decide what project is also a good fit for Freedom Learning Group at large. And a lot of that is dictated based on the folks who have submitted profiles. So if we have 25 people who have submitted profiles around accounting, we're going to be more keen to accept projects based around accounting.
Okay. Are you able to hire military spouses for project-based work when they are overseas?
So anybody that works for us on project-based work, it's on them to build their 1099 with their depends where they put their location on their 1099. So we encourage folks, certainly, if you know you're going overseas, get your 1099 up and started. And also folks that are 1099s really need to start viewing themselves as small business owners, right? Because you're going through the entire process of potentially launching a very small business and viewing yourself as a champion of your own business and putting some effort forward around building your brand.
I 100% agree. I love this. I believe the gig economy is a huge part of our future. Military spouses have already discovered this place. And I do consider when you do freelance work, project-based work, contract work, you are a business and you have to package up and sell and market yourself. So love it. Liz, we are wrapping up our chat here. Is there any final things that you want to bring up or talk about today?
I want to make sure everybody takes a moment, go over to freedomlearninggroup.com, visit our careers page, take a moment to build out your profile so that we can get you over to our staffing director and get you in the mix. And just remember, we do want you on this team and we do want to put you to work. So if you don't hear from us today or tomorrow, know that you'll probably hear from us a month from now or 2 months from now as we have the appropriate work for you.
Wonderful. A wealth of knowledge, amazing company that you lead, and I'm so proud to have spoken with you today. If you are watching, thank you for tuning in. I did drop the link to the Freedom Learning Group website here in the description of the video, so you can go right there, click it, and check out the website. Liz, thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.